What's up, everyone? It's me, Adam Prime, and we are back for another Blazing Toku Movithon, the first movie of the year.
Sponsored by the Toku podcast.
And you know what we did first? We got in contact. It's for Cosmos.
With
First
space!
content! Not a lot of space in this movie.
No, not a lot.
This movie was weirdly simple. This was a Ultraman movie. It's a prequel to the Cosmos series, and it's pretty much just 10-year-old Musashi, I want to say his name.
By the way, this is Cosmos First Contact.
Yes, Cosmos First Contact. And overall, I really did enjoy it. I think it's a fun time. I think it's a really simple movie.
Yeah, this reminded me a lot of like those 80s coming of age movies.
Yeah, exactly. Like
learning to follow your dreams and like pursuing no matter
Exactly.
what,
It's
and
like-
learning how to grow up and that kind of stuff.
Luckily, there weren't a ton of bullies or anything. They were gonna be like, "Yeah, well, you gotta take your lunch money, fool, and now we're gonna kick your butt."
Yeah.
No, this movie.
No, that wasn't really in that for the most
this
part.
movie was literally just about a kid being like, "I want to be an astronaut," and now I found an Ultraman.
Yeah, this really is just coming of age story, but insert Ultraman Cosmos, essentially.
Exactly, and like,
one of the things that I noticed that I pointed out to you was the music was very interesting. It reminded me of what'd I say it reminded me of?
I don't know what it reminds you of.
The music. It reminded me of like theatric music, like Swan Lake.
Oh, like ballet music.
Yeah, almost like, theater ballet kind of music. Like for whatever reason, it was just really nice, really charming, really pretty.
And do you want to just go into what the whole premise of this movie was?
Sure.
It was pretty much the Bolton episode.
Yeah, it's pretty much Bolton episode.
Yeah, we got New Bolton. We have, I think it's like Baskel, the Baskel Bolton, and they're just here to do what they usually do, just be like, hey, we want to immigrate to Earth. And we're just like, I don't know how we feel about that. And they're like, well, then we're taking Earth.
And then we invade.
And unlike
What are these guys? Americans?
And unlike Ultraman from the 66 show, he does not annihilate them all.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really I remember that movie, or that episode, just so distinct in my mind, because it made us laugh so hard, because there was no just like, oh, but democracy, or peace, or negotiation. It was just, I'm gonna yeet an entire species into the sun and just genocide them all.
Yeah, and it's like...
This was the opposite of that.
It actually does alter that question of, it's like, oh, could we have coexisted with the Boltons and everything?
Yeah.
And, like, even the children Bolton didn't want to evade, because, like, that's a big part, is, like, we had children Boltons and everything.
They were really cute.
They
were really cute.
They were, like, cicada little monsters.
It's funny because, like, I wonder if, like, during puberty their eyeballs pop out, because, like, normal Boltons almost have, like, iguana eyes.
Like shrimp.
Like, weird, like, shrimp eyes, but these ones were just, like, big and cute and, like, actually on their face, instead of the weirdness of the other ones.
And we pretty much just get to see, like, Musashi as a person who doesn't give up but is very kind-hearted. And, like, you see him try to donate toys to get fixed. I think that was a part of the thing.
Yeah, because he would be sad if they just got thrown away. Or they would be sad if they just got thrown away.
And...
he watched Toy Story one too many times, apparently.
But yeah, no, so it was just kind of very nice. It's like, it's not an exciting movie. This isn't a movie where I'm like, oh man. And when you watch the first episode of Cosmos,
it really is just kind of like the prequel.
Yeah, exactly. It's just hey, he met Cosmos before. He took him for a fly.
They're friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Cosmos
it's just
cool.
it's just pretty much, this was just a story for them to say that Musashi knew Cosmos, and he has the stone that becomes his transformation device later.
Honestly, this movie's just good vibes.
Yeah, it was
it's just good vibes.
It was just a really ton of fun. I don't really have a lot to say. The Neo Bolton suit was awesome.
That was such a good suit. That was a beautiful suit. I loved that so much. The animation, for the time, was pretty good.
It's like 2001.
It's very much 2001 CGI, though. There's no fooling you nowadays. And, like, it is a little, like, wonky when it comes to, like, the animation when they try to get the Ultraman to, like, move around more dynamically. But, like, they did what they could.
And we do get to see both of Cosmos'
I've seen way worse from older things, so it's like I can tell they were
way
trying.
Worse in modern things.
Exactly, but it's like I mean they were very much trying, and I will give them that. And there's some really really pretty visuals in there, like some of like the attacks and like how they use the light and like the weird like water warping effect, but like in the air. It was very interesting.
Fuck, he recharged Cosmos by reflecting off tinfoil.
Yeah, it was like a bunch of reflective things, and he was just sitting there like,
okay, thanks.
help.
But yeah, no, it's a very simple movie, and like it had a little bit in there of like everyone being like, you didn't see an Ultraman, you didn't see an Ultraman, and then it ends with everyone being like, you did see Ultraman, and by association, I saw Ultraman, so fuck you. And it was just a very simple movie. There's not a whole lot to really say about Cosmos First Contact. I wouldn't even say you would necessarily need to watch it to watch Cosmos.
Yeah, it's just like if you like Cosmos
and you want more of it,
then there you go.
Yeah, and you want to learn why like Musashi decided he wanted to join and like make peace with people. Because... honestly,
if you're like, oh, I'm planning on watching Cosmos, and I have an hour and a half to kill, then like yeah, go right ahead. It was like what, like $20 for like a Blu-ray on Amazon, something like that?
No, for the DVD set right here, I think it was like yeah, you can get it for like $20-$30. And you get all of the movies.
I'm used to you getting
the
Blu-rays.
Whole show.
Yeah, like so you get a lot of content.
So yeah, there's 3 other movies we could cover.
Yes.
Not this year though.
Not this year, but yeah, like if you're either a fan of Cosmos or you're planning on watching Cosmos, it's worth it. I'd say.
And I will say at least the kid that they got to play young him looks very similar to the adult actor.
Yeah, they actually did make that look like, oh, that could be him as a kid, instead of just like, who's this guy?
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, they look completely different. And again, I even like that they have the message that the Bolton didn't really want to attack. And then they kind of are like, hey, don't give up on your dreams because the adult Bolton gave up their dreams and focused on reality and destroyed their planet.
That's what destroyed the planet. I had to like pause and go back, just be like, oof, man, that hurt.
And overall, it was just a really fun, a really cute movie. I would not say this is like one of the best ones I've seen, but it's not a bad one. It's a good vibe.
No, it's absolutely not bad in any way, shape, or form. It's like it's good storytelling. It had good pacing. The visuals, again, for the time were very good.
Like, I like that he had supporting parents.
Yeah, like his mom had a little bit of a, oh, honey, you want to be an astronaut, like kind of thing. But his dad... By the way, who's his stepdad? And
seemingly, I'm not sure about that.
I'm fairly sure he's like a well, he calls him dad. He and his mom call each other dear, and they imply that his biological dad is dead. So it's just like a good old supportive stepdad. And you know what? He was
a good guy.
Good guy. He was actually really sweet, and he was just like right behind his son like the whole time. And even when it was like, oh, they got like worried because he was out in a storm when he was trying to look at like a lunar eclipse.
Which, by the way, he missed. You whiffed that terribly.
Yeah, well, to be fair, there was like a hurricane going on outside, or a typhoon or something like that. And he went there to check on him, but he never actually interacted because he's like, you know what? He's doing good. I'm gonna let him like write this out because if he wants to do hard things like be an astronaut, then he's gonna have to be able to get through something like this. And I was like, be my dad. Like,
I need a new dad.
Can I trade this in for
But yeah, no, it was a really cute movie. I could recommend it, especially if you're an Ultra fan and you've never seen Cosmos. You know, give it a taste. Yeah, lick him. Lick Cosmos. You see that vinyl right there? Bet you it tastes like blueberry.
I was gonna say blue raspberry. What does space taste like?
But yeah, no. What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Again, I feel like we've pretty much said it. Like, I don't even really want to go into like super detail because I feel like that's not the point of the movie.
Well, it's not like the plot is very enriching and there was this huge thing. It just kind of was Boltons invade. We have to stop the Boltons. Are we the good guys? Are we the bad guys? Which, by the way, wait, we also forgot to talk about sharks.
Oh my god, yeah.
This assault team that just literally, the Bolton fell asleep and they were like, shoot it!
Aim for the vitals! They tried to take down Cosmos, like...
Yeah, they did not give any
Their acronym was
anyone.
SHARKS, and it just, it was so funny to just see...
They hate Steven Spielberg's E.T. Because they said they were eliminating them all.
Oh, right, because they kept talking about, oh, these are ETs and stuff like that.
Yes.
But And a lot of it was, one of the things that surprised me was how much they emphasized communication in this movie. Like, oh, this is how they're talking to each other. Like, oh,
Math.
this is how, like, it's like math, it's music, like different ways of being able to communicate with each other. That
Remember
was
when
pretty
they just
interesting.
punched the Bolton?
I do. Oh my gosh, yeah, just
Just try to punch it.
the fact that their acronym is sharks. It was really funny to just see like a van pull up and just has sharks on the side of it.
With a shark on it. But yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
all
don't know,
around.
do you have a rating? Do you have anything?
Positive suggestion. I don't know about rating these. I feel like I'd get really inconsistent real fast.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
yeah,
Do you know what the next week's movie is?
I don't actually. But you know what? I do know who does.
Who?
Bell Rock!
Cut to him over there.
Coming soon. Next week's movie is Ultraman See Earth. I think that's how you say it.